It's way too early to even be awake. But let's go get some coffee. Probably should start this in better lighting, but hello guys, I am doing the wake up at 5 a.m. to read challenge, and it was a struggle to wake up right at 5 a.m. I snoozed my alarm until about 5:25. It's now 5:41 and I'm having my coffee and I am reading Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. I don't even have to be to work but until like, well, really, I just have to be there by 10, but I like to get there earlier. I used to get there between 8 and 8:30. Now it's between like 9 and 9:30, but I think I'm going to go in earlier since I'm up earlier. So I really can read until like 6:30. So I've got a good chunk of time to read, which is great and which is what I wanted. So I'll talk more about why I'm doing this when I am a little more awake, but I'm gonna read until like 6:30 and then I'll check back in and tell you how many pages I've read. Officially, good morning guys. I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. I saw this trend go around a couple months ago and I was like, oh, that'd be fun, but I'm like, I don't really want to because that's so early. And recently I've kind of been stuck in this little cycle of where I'm getting up later and later and later for work, and I'm rushing around, and that tends to lead to anxiety in the morning and then starts my day off wrong, okay? And then I stay up later and then it's just this whole cycle, and I'm like, no, we need to nip this in the butt. Because I am the type of person that truly does better when I wake up earlier in the morning. As much as I don't want to be that person, like I definitely notice a difference in my anxiety levels waking up say 9-10 o'clock versus like 6:30 7 a.m. Like I am such more of like a relaxed person at that time than I am at like 9-10 o'clock, because I'm like, oh my god, the day's like half over with. I'm being dramatic, I know. And so I thought this would be really nice to kind of start a little routine. I think getting up earlier and having my coffee in bed and being able to read and not immediately go into getting ready for work will help me a lot. I really like it. I did struggle getting up. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't get up till 5:30, but it's still 5 a.m. so like technically it counts. But we'll see how the rest of this week goes. I want to talk about the book I'm reading. So I'm reading Swift and Saddled, and I read 70 pages. I read until like 6:30, so I read for an hour. 70 pages in an hour is pretty good for me. If you don't know what this book is about, this is by Lila Sage. She wrote Done and Dusted, which is a cowboy romance that's set in Wyoming on a ranch called Rebel Blue Ranch, and you're following the writers. You're following Emmy, Gus, and Wes, who are all siblings, and the dad Amos, and they run a ranch. And this one we're following Wes, who is the middle child, and he has taken on the project to redo the old house his dad used to live in with his family and turning it into a guest ranch house. And so he has contracted this girl named Ada, who is an interior designer influencer girl, and she comes into town the first night and she stops at bar, and they end up having a run-in with each other. That's all I'm gonna say. And Wes is like, oh my god, who is this girl? I can't get this girl off my mind. And then the next day she shows up for the job and she sees Wes and Wes sees her, and they're both like, oh shit. Ada is not your typical Wyoming girl. Not that there should be a typical girl, but like that's what it's playing out to be. Like she has tattoos, she's got black hair, like she's not like the cowgirl type. And Wes is really, really attracted to her. And guys, Wes Wes is such a gentleman. He's so nice. There's mental health talk in here, specifically depression, so just be aware of that. I relate to Ada a lot because Ada's really shy and she doesn't really let people in a lot, and that's me. I don't really let people in. Like, you have to break down these walls in order for me to let you in. And she's had a lot of trouble with friends and how like they just don't really, I don't know the right way, like they've beat her down so much where she thinks like no one really likes her. Like they tolerate her but they don't like her because she's had so many like relationship fallouts, like as in friend wise, and then like she was married for 3 years to a really shitty guy, and so it's kind of knocked her confidence down, and Wes is just slowly building it back up, and she's like, oh, maybe I am likable. So yeah, I'm really liking this so far. I'm currently on page 234. I will probably finish this tonight, I'm not gonna lie. I'll give you guys my review and my rating, and then when I pick out another book, I'll bring you guys with me, obviously. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get a lot of reading done this week because I'm just in a reading mood. So I'm gonna have my breakfast and then go to work, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. I thought I would kind of update you guys on how I am feeling. It's currently 5:45 and I am really tired. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I didn't expect to be this tired, and I even had a walk after work today thinking that would make me like wake up, but it hasn't yet. I'm gonna have a little sneaky bite of my banana bread. I'm currently heating up dinner, but I'm just so hungry, I can't wait. Work I thought would be the hardest to get through. Surprisingly, it wasn't. So far, I did really like waking up because I feel like it started my day off right. I don't know if it's life-changing though. Everyone says it's life-changing getting up at 5 a.m. Maybe it is, I don't know. I did want to talk about my next read though, because I'm definitely gonna finish Swift and Saddled tonight. I think I'm gonna go into A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm already 224 pages into this book. This is a reread for me, but I haven't read it since like when did this come out? 2017. So I haven't read this since then, so I can't even tell you what happens in it because I don't really remember. So I think this is gonna be the next move, because even though it is long, I always read Sarah J. Maas's books really fast. So I think this is going to be the move. I just thought I'd update on how I feel. I'm gonna do this every day of this vlog. Also, I forgot to mention this morning that I'm not gonna be waking up at 5 a.m. Monday through like Sunday, like, because why would I do that to myself? I'm actually gonna do it only Monday through Friday. I just thought I'd share that with you guys because I don't think I said how many days I'm doing this. So technically I'm getting up on 5 a.m. my day off. That's it. I will see ya tomorrow morning, or maybe tonight when I finish Swift and Saddle. Maybe I can give you my full thoughts. I don't know. Either way, I'll see you soon. Good morning, guys. It is 5:30 in the morning. It is currently Tuesday, and today was actually harder to get up than yesterday. I struggled falling asleep last night, so I was up until 10:30 and it really messed with me. Also, if you hear a beeping noise, one of my like smoke detectors or carbon monoxide detectors is out of battery, like it's dead, and it also woke me up this morning. Always in the morning, like early hours in the morning when they die, and I hate it. So please ignore it. I'm gonna do my best to edit it out. So let's talk reading. Last night I finished Swift and Saddled and absolutely loved it. Gave it a 5-star. Lila Sage, another masterpiece. I really love this a lot. Like I said, this talks about mental health a lot in it, so maybe look up trigger warnings for that. But overall, I did really enjoy this book, and I know Teddy and is it Gus whose next book is out? I don't know. I know Teddy's next book is out. Is it Teddy? I don't know. Excited. So I said I was gonna go into A Court of Wings and Ruin, but actually I ended up picking up The Intern, which is a thriller, and it's shorter, and I figured I could really zip through this because thrillers I can read really fast. I'm now 47 pages into this. So what I know about this book is you're following this girl named Madison. She is a student at Harvard Law, and she idolizes one of her professors who's also a judge. Her name is Catherine, and the judge invites her to apply to be an intern for her, a law clerk. So in the same day, she gets a call from her mother saying that her brother's in trouble because her brother got arrested for possession of illegal substances, and he just pled guilty even though he's innocent. Well, he says he's innocent. And so they go to the prison because her mom's freaking out and she's trying to figure out like what happened, and it turns out that like the people involved, like the lawyer, the prosecutor, the judge, are all like have sticky hands, if you get what I'm saying, and he was basically set up and he's threatened too. And the judge turns out to be the same judge that she idolizes, Catherine, her professor, and the person she's applying to be for the internship with. And so she's like debating if she is doing this internship or she's not. So she actually applies and she gets it, and that's kind of where I left off. I'm gonna go read. My coffee's already made in my bedroom. It may be dangerous going back in my bedroom because I really want to go back to sleep, but I don't want to sit out here because I can shut my door with the beeping. The beeping is really driving me insane. Okay, let's go read. We're in the same attire from yesterday. I have legit 3 sets of these pajamas. That's not what we're here for. We are here for reading updates. So it is now 7:03 and I'm still really tired, but I got some reading done. I again read 70 pages. So now I'm on page 107, chapter 12 of the Intern. And the thing about this book is it started out slow. Like I was interested in like what's gonna happen with this whole thing, and because someone said this was a cat and mouse thriller. I really like cat and mouse thrillers, so I was very intrigued on this one. Boring first start, and then something happened, and now we're kind of getting into the back history of the judge. I'm on part 2 now, and it's Catherine, who's the judge's POV, and we're getting to know her upbringing and like how she was shaped as the person she is and how all these people are involved in her life. So that part's interesting. I looked up on Goodreads and this has an average of 3.82 rating, so it's almost a 4-star rating. So I'm very hopeful that this will get good, and a lot of people saying it's like really intense. It's a slow start, but like once you get into it, it's intense, it's really good. So very excited about that. I will say I can already see kind of something that's happening. The judge has kind of fixated on the intern Madison and is paying her special like attention over her other law clerks. So there's that. That's all I have to say. I will update you guys later today after work and tell you guys how I'm feeling, because I really like that I did that yesterday so I can keep track of how I'm feeling. I will see you guys after work. Good morning, guys. It's currently 5:30. Today was really hard to get up. I'm really tired. Like I could fall back asleep so easily. Also, if you hear smacking, it's Wyatt. He's eating. I'm so sorry, but I just made my coffee. I'm gonna go back to bed to read, which may be a dangerous thing, but it's too early to come out in my living room and read. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, but I'm gonna have my coffee and have a slice of banana bread because yesterday I was really anxious, and I think it's because I had coffee on an empty stomach. But last night, I ended up reading a good chunk of this book. I think when I last talked to you guys, I was on page 100 and now I'm on page 215. And this book has gotten really fast paced. I really appreciate how we got a look at Kathy's past because the book in the beginning painted her as a different person, like painted a different picture for her and who she was as a person and her personality and all that. And then we got to see flashbacks and it kind of gives us more clues as to why she is putting on this kind of like persona in a way, and why she is making people believe she is this way, and who she really is and what's really going on in her life and all that. And then we kind of figure out as to why she has chosen Madison and why like Madison is so close to her. And now so we're at the point where Madison knows like she kind of needs her as, I'm trying to say things that won't spoil anything because it's really hard with thrillers. Any little thing could spoil a thriller. Also, at this point in the book, her brother has gone missing. They cannot find him anywhere in the prison system, and they say he's been transported, but they can't find him. But she's like, well, what do you mean you can't find him? So yeah, I'm hoping to read another 70 pages. That's been like average. And also, maybe I could finish this tonight. That'd be dope if I could finish this, because then we can move on to a 3rd book this week, which is crazy. But okay, I'll see you guys in the room to read. now 7 a.m. Been awake for officially 2 hours because I did wake up at 5 today. I just didn't get up out of bed to like make my coffee until like almost 5:30. So we're getting better at like actually being awake. The goal is to just get out of bed before 5:30. So maybe it'll happen by Friday, I don't know. But I wanted to tell you the progress I made in the intern. So I'm now 285 pages into this book. So I did read exactly 70 pages and I'm on part 4 and we're getting another POV from Catherine, who is the judge. So we just got Madison, now it's Catherine, and I wonder like gonna be the last part combination, I don't know. But now we're officially into like the cat and mouse game. Like I feel like we've kind of gotten a glimpse of it, but now we're truly in it because something just happened. I wouldn't really call this book thrilling. Like to me, it's not really that like thrilling and like heart pounding, but maybe to some people it is, but interesting. It keeps me reading. There are slower parts I think in this book. I think if you like the law, like if you like lawyers, if you're interested in like the court and like all that side, you probably would really like it. I could care less about it. Like I really don't care. No offense to any of you lawyers, law clerks, whatever, the law system, whoever is out there. No offense to you guys. You guys do an amazing job. Like I cannot even fathom like what your job is like, but I personally am not interested in it. I mean, I'm a dog groomer. You expect me to be interested in being a lawyer? No. But I still am really liking it. And I think I'm definitely going to finish this tonight because I literally have under 100 pages left, or maybe just at 100 pages. Yeah, I have under 100 pages left. I have like 90 pages left. So I'm pretty sure I can finish this because yesterday I read a total of 168 pages. So I know I can finish this, and then I don't know what I'm reading next. I'm feeling like maybe picking up another like shorter book. I don't know if I have any more thrillers on my shelf that need to be read. I can have a look, but I think this was my only thriller that I needed to read. I don't know, maybe we'll read a fantasy. Maybe what I should do is read A Court of Wings and Ruin because I'm already in it, but I don't know if that's like what I'm in the mood for. Okay, I'm gonna go eat my breakfast and then I'll talk to you guys later tonight to update you how the day went and see like if I'm really tired because I'm not having a second cup of coffee today. I'll see you guys in a second. For me, it'll be like hours, so. I look so bad. I'm so sorry, but hello guys. I didn't update you guys yesterday because I blinked and it was time for bed. So yesterday I was really tired. Like it hit me like 4 o'clock. I was ready for bed, but I also had a really long day at work. So that could have been why. But I have some reading updates. It's now 7:12. I read 70 pages again this morning. I didn't really talk to you guys this morning, like I said. So I finished The Intern, which I really like this book a lot. I had no idea what this book is about going into it, and that's how I like to go into thrillers. I will say, if you're looking for a really thrilling thriller, this probably isn't it. Like I didn't think this was thrilling. Some people said this was thrilling, so maybe go in knowing it could not be as thrilling as it played out to be. But I did really like this. Everything kind of came to a nice little like head, and everything was resolved and like tied up into a nice little bow. And I wouldn't say it's very twisty. Like there was one twist in here that I didn't see coming that made me go, oh, it makes so much sense. But it's not a twisty thriller. It's more of a cat and mouse thriller, but I really liked it and I gave it a 4-star. So if you're looking for like cat and mouse, something to do with lawyers and like mobs and like skeezy cops and detectives and all that, check this book out because it was good. And last night I knew I was gonna finish it. I didn't. I fell asleep literally. I read maybe like 2 pages and I was conked out. I fell asleep before 9 o'clock. It was crazy. That's never happened to me before. So before I went to bed, because I knew this morning, I'm like, I wouldn't have the brain power to decide what I want to read in the morning. I actually went and picked up the Invocations because I really wanted a fantasy, but I didn't have really a lot of, I do have a lot of fantasy on my shelf, but I didn't have anything that like I wanted to pick up right away. I mean, the only other option that I was kind of thinking in my head was Court of Wings and Ruin, but I didn't know, like I didn't really want to get into that. But I picked up this and I know nothing about this book. Okay, after reading it, I know very little. I only read 30 pages of this, right? 30 pages. So I am not that far into it, so I can't really give you my full honest thoughts yet. I think this is YA, and this has a really high rate. This has like a 4 point something average rating on Goodreads, so I'm very hopeful that this is going to be good. What I do know is so far we're following 3 different people's POVs. They're all young women, and you're following Ember, who I've gathered is on the run from something. I'm not really sure yet. She's kind of faking being an Oxford student. This takes place in England, so she's faking being an Oxford student. And then you have Jude, who is cursed by a demon, and she's seeking a witch to help her figure out this curse. And then you have Zara, who I'm reading from currently. I know really nothing about her yet, but this does have to deal with witches. You get that from the very first page. It has to do with witches, and someone's sister got murdered. So that's all I know. I can't really tell you. I'm hoping this is like a dark academia kind of book, which is demons. It's set at Oxford. I love it. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to be good. I'll, of course, update you guys the more I know. There's my thoughts. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. I will try to update you like after work or something today. We'll see. I'm really tired. So until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Good morning, guys. It's currently 5:30 and it's Friday morning. And I'm very, very sleepy. This is the one day I think I could go back to bed. I didn't sleep well last night. My insomnia kicked in, and then my lovely, lovely, lovely neighbor, I think, had company over, and they were blasting music, and I could hear it through my walls. So every time I try to fall asleep, I'd hear the bass of it like boom, boom, and I'm like, so I should not be able to hear your music through my walls. Anyways, good morning. I'm very tired. I most likely will probably fall back asleep. I'm not even joking, you guys. But last night I read like 150 pages of this book. Well, together from yesterday I read 150 pages of the book. But I'm now 150 pages into the Invocations and I'm really liking it, you guys. This book is so good. So I'll talk a little more about this book once I am awake a little more, because I'm not awake, but I'm gonna read till 7. So I'll see you guys back at 7 a.m. for a little overview of this book. What? A review? I'm going back to bed. Good morning, guys. I'm in a much better mood than last time you guys saw me, and that is because I slept. I went back to bed. So as I said last night, I didn't really sleep well. There was a lot of factors into me not sleeping well last night. So I did get up at 5 a.m. and then I went back to bed and slept until 7, and I feel so good. It was actually a good thing for me to do it because I woke up with a splitting headache. I was so tired and I'm like, you know what? I want to enjoy my day and not be miserable all day, so let me go back to sleep. But because of that, I am going to pick this up again on Monday and do one more day for you guys, so that way it's a full like week. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. on the weekend. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm gonna be at my parents' house all weekend because it is Easter weekend. So I'm not gonna do that to myself, but I probably will read when I'm there. I wanted to update you guys on the Invocations and tell you guys where I'm at and what this book is about. So I am 166 pages into this book. I think I said I was 155, so I did read. I read like 16 pages of this book. It is now 10:19 in the morning. So in this book, you're getting 3 different POVs and they're all linked kind of in a way. So Emma Brine is a witch. She comes from a long line of witches. To be exact, they're called curse writers. So basically they write curses, which I'll get into that in a second. Her grandmother, her great-grandmother, her mom, they were all curse writers. And she lived in this coven until one day witch hunters came and basically like destroyed her entire life. And she's been on the run ever since, and she lived out in the woods for like 3 years until I think it was her cousin found her, took her in, and then something happened and they both had to go for like on the run. And because of that event that happened, Emma dedicates her life to helping women escape situations by writing them curses that help them get in touch with like a magic that helps them like out of a situation. So example, one of her clients was in an abusive relationship and she wanted to be able to like put her hand on a wall and go into a wall, like go into the next room, like flicker into the next room. So that's what she did. But when you do that, you sell a part of your soul to a demon, and a demon is now tethered to you, and you chop off like 5-10 years of your life depending on what it is. You can have more there. It's in your heart. What is it called? I forget what they call it. It's like in your heart center or heart place. those take more of a toll on you. So that's Emmer, and that's what she does. And this all takes place in Oxford, England. Is that right? Or is that a school? I'm sorry. I'm from Ohio. I don't know much. And then you have Jude Wolfe, who comes from a very rich, wealthy upbringing. Her dad has kind of a reputation, and she has a big family, and she and her half-brother Elijah are really close with each other because they're like the black sheep of the family. They both have different mothers than everyone else. And something happened, I still don't know exactly what, but something happened that her dad basically exiled her, put her in this townhome, and said, you have to stay there until you fix yourself. Because Jude had it all going for her. And then, oh, you know what it was? I do know. She actually cursed herself. So these curses are called invocations. Basically, it's like kind of a tattoo, but it's not really, like, it's metal. Like, it's really weird. It's on their skin. She did it to herself because the one curse she did, it went wrong and she tried to heal. So basically, she has 3 demons tethered to her. One demon is very, very angry at her because it was done wrong. And she has like a flesh wound that's like really bad. It makes her stink of like rotten eggs. And every single night, it's kind of like she's possessed by this demon every single night because he brings her through the ringer, like abuses her, throws her against the wall, and she's trying so badly to break it. And then you have Zara, who lost her sister. Her sister was murdered, and she's been trying ever since to bring her sister back to life. And so she's on a mission to find like a witch to do that and how to do that. Well, one night Jude is on her way because she has this little thing she goes and does because she is also in search of a witch. She goes and sees corpses from that have been freshly murdered because they're all linked. They all have a verse that's like witches shall not live or something like that. And so they're all linked, and she knows it'll lead her back to a witch. Zara's going because her sister was murdered the exact same way. And so they run into each other and they kind of form alliances. And so in comes Emmer. They find Emmer because one of the women that died left the curse writer's signature, which is basically Emmer's like business card. And so they go to Emmer and they have this big meeting. And so now they're all teamed up because Emmer wants to find out who is doing this, and she wants to get to the person who like killed her family, and she wants to destroy him. They don't know exactly what it is. It could be witch hunters, it could be someone else. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. This book is really interesting. I really like this book a lot. I was not excited to keep picking this book up. Like yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't excited. I kind of wanted something else, but I'm like, you know what? Let's read like 50 more pages and see. And I could not put this book down last night. It's really easy to read. So if you guys are wanting like a witchy book, check this book out. It's not like your typical like vibey witch. It has witches in it and demons and all that. I think this book would be a very good like October read because it also has the autumnal element to it and describes autumn. Like the opening lines of this book, it's All Hallows Eve in London, and the street that stretches before her is empty, quiet, except for a soft thud of her boots on the sidewalk and the rustle of autumn leaves plucked by wind. Hazy sodium lights struggle to shift the dark. So very autumn. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this. I won't talk to you guys until Monday, so I'll see you guys then on Monday morning, bright and early. I won't be in the same mood, just letting y'all know. So see you then. Hello, it is now Monday night, and I said I was going to carry on this vlog for one more day to make up for not doing Friday, but I lied. I'm a liar. So I'm here to do a little reading update and like recap this week and talk about this week. So did I fail this challenge? Technically no, because what I wanted out of this challenge was for me to have more time for reading, fit in more reading, and for me to also see how my anxiety differs with waking up earlier and having more time for myself versus like waking up when I need to, not having a lot of time before work, and seeing like if I can create like a new routine. And honestly, like I think it's a success because I read 3 books last week. I had a really good reading week. My anxiety was at an all-time low in the morning because I had time, and I actually really enjoyed waking up earlier. Today I woke up at my normal time because I just couldn't be bothered. Like the 5 a.m. alarm went off and I was like, didn't sleep. I gotta say, like, I had so much anxiety this morning versus waking up earlier. So I think I'm going to create this my new like work morning routine. And this weekend I woke up at 7 o'clock every single day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and felt so good, and I didn't feel like I slept the weekend away. Like, I really liked it. So to anyone who has been wanting to try this, do it. You know, you may find out you are actually a morning person, or you may find out that you actually really hate it. But let's talk about the books I read, because it's a lot. So first book I finished was Swift and Saddle by Lila Sage, and absolutely love this book, you guys. So good, and I already cannot wait for the next book to come out. And this week she announced that it got picked up by, was it Universal Studios? Who picked this up? Someone picked up her books, and I don't know if they're going to be a TV show or a movie. I think it's a TV show. TV show would make more sense for this universe, but I'm so excited regardless. And then I picked up The Intern, and this was a thriller. This was a law thriller, and I really loved this. I read this very quickly. Not my favorite thriller, but I did really like this, so there's that. And then The Invocations was a complete shock to me, because this has not been on my radar at all, and I actually sat down on Saturday. I didn't vlog it, but I sat down on Saturday and just binged the last 230 pages, and I really, really liked it a lot. Like, this is really good. If you guys are wanting like a witchy book, check this out. I did want to read something from it because I was like, ooh, that hits. The girl rolls her eyes and continues on. She's deeply disinterested in men, not only on a sexual level, but also on an intellectual one. It's not that she despises them exactly, but rather that she doesn't quite see the point of them. They're violent and brutish and are arrogant. They walk through spaces as though they own them. Why? As far as she's concerned, they're inferior to women in almost every way. Women are better lovers, better leaders, better investigators, better communicators. Yet she's seen firsthand the power that men gather and wield. She knows it's not their fault. The patriarchy has damaged them, but still. Like, what? This has some feminist undertone in it, just FYI if you aren't into that. But it's really good. I think I rated this like a 4.5 or a 5-star. Very high rating. And then because I didn't have anything other to pick up, sorry Brie if you're watching this, I did pick up A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is our buddy read, and I told her I'd put this on pause, but I ended up picking it up anyways. Yeah, I read 100 pages of this on Sunday, so I freaking read a lot of pages. Should we calculate how many pages I read last week? 985 pages last week. That is insane to me. I hope you guys liked this video. I really liked filming this video more than I thought I would. So I really liked it. I had a really good reading week. It gave me so much motivation to continue on this and like have another really good reading week this week. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe because I would love to have you here. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others around you. And I will see you guys next Sunday. I love ya.